Warning, this video is intended for audiences who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
William, hey.
Hello.
Hey, boy, hey, look, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this episode. You know, hey, look, we find out that Shinichi is still a fucking bum, right? You know, but it turns out that every fucking person who's ever been Saru brother has been a fucking bum.
Yeah, also, that's true. But at least with him, he can use the power of his imagination to not die, apparently. Which surprised the shit out of me. I know they made a thing about his whole imagination and everything, but it's like, he's legit surviving off his imagination. I don't understand how.
I wasn't expecting for this fucking lore drop to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Right, in this show.
Yeah,
right,
honestly.
about how apparently, like, hey, look, we sent the beta out to everyone, and no one completed the beta.
Yeah,
right?
it's like you're the only one who bothered to send us a game report on how to make the game better. So you know what, you got the official account. And you're
that's right. You
character.
get to be you are now part of the Donbrothers right now.
Yeah, honestly.
Absolutely insane with this fucking lore revelation within the show. Right? I was like, what? Holy shit.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising to learn that there were other people. Like what was it that Kaito said? 5,000 or something like that?
Was it? Wait, did he say 5,000 or 10,000?
I want to say
forgot.
It was 5,000. Hold on, if I can skip.
Oh, fake. Okay, never mind. That's because I could have sworn he said 10,000 for some fucking reason.
I mean, either way, it's still a wild fucking number.
Yeah, but still a lot in general. How many other people had the chance to be a Donbrothers, right? But they all fucking suck at that, right? But they didn't pay, right? They only look, William. They only on their Final Fantasy 14 account, you know. They only level to level 60, and that's it, you know, right? And they didn't want to go any further from there, right?
Yeah, honestly, it's fucking wild. But yeah, it is 5,000. I just went to the
okay, it is 5,000. Yeah, look. Right? Yeah. Right, yeah, they only level to level 60 with no restriction on playtime, you know, right?
Yeah, I know.
I was about to read the entire copy post, then I realized I don't want to read this entire copy post, but it keeps evolving, unironically.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's how you keep copy pastas alive, you know.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Look, it's also how we keep alive our weekly unnamed tokusatsu podcast series about Avataro Sentai Donbrothers, a weekly discussions where I also, a person with years of knowledge of MMORPGs, right, enjoy every part of friend, that's you, a person who only used products for his free trial and forgets to cancel within 30 days, and then his account is charged because of it.
Okay, no, that has unironically happened. It did happen. It happened with YouTube Premium. I forgot to like.
What you actually fucking play your career for YouTube?
No, because I got like a 3-month free trial off of like Nitro or not Nitro, fucking Discord, right? And so I'm like, all right, I'll go ahead and fucking use it. But I forgot.
What the fuck does YouTube Premium even offer?
No ads. Mainly just.
Okay, everyone already does that.
No, I used it for my phone because like I didn't have Spotify, so I used it for like to listen to music on my phone whenever I was on the road and shit, you know. So like that's why I used it for.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, continue.
Right. As we talk about the latest Super Sentai, Avataro Sentai Donbrothers. Hey, this is episode 21. Extreme way up the ramen. All right, I realized I didn't finish the segue when you segue into your fucking discussion about YouTube Premium, and I realized, oh wait, I forgot I didn't finish it, so I had to segue us back in.
Yeah. Also, YouTube Premium, like if it's for mobile, it's whatever. For anything else, it sucks ass because like literally all their originals are shit. All their originals are shit, of course. Man.
What do you don't want to watch the Markiplier interactive web series where he fucking robs a bank or something?
Okay, here's the thing. That's free. You can do that whenever. I'm talking about like.
Oh really? Is that free now? No.
That's like Markiplier with all his shit with like with the a heist with Markiplier and like the
that's
and the space one. Those are free. He just does he just does that and then puts them on and he lets you go wild with it.
No, but they were promoting that shit with YouTube Premium for like the longest time.
They do that I guess because he was like I mean, he's a big YouTuber at this point. I don't know if it was behind a paywall because the thing is, I could do that right now and I could just go through it.
Oh,
Like I did it at one point. I just went through it.
Okay, hey, on the premium, can I still watch the clip of PewDiePie making fun of a deaf person? Is that in the premium version of YouTube?
Hey, I mean, you know what? If it's behind a paywall, it might as well be.
Oh boy, hey, I hope it's also the clip where he says racial slurs, you know.
Oh my god. You can probably find it on YouTube somewhere, honestly.
Oh, yeah, okay, it's
YouTube doesn't really moderate their shit well, so, you know.
Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean,
if Spider-Man and Elsa taught me anything, YouTube doesn't do anything about it.
It's all about
if you watch gym videos of children, you know. Boy, that was a really hey, during that whole fucking controversy, that was a really fucking weird rabbit hole. I went into
gym videos, like
that was of gymnastic videos. Oh, you didn't know about that?
I did not.
that was like one of the biggest thing of Elsa Gate. Right? Originally, Elsa Gate was about that fucking weird Elsa Spider-Man creepy shit, right?
Yeah.
And then when people died, that they felt like if you go watch like videos like, so you know how parents just record videos of their children at their recital and shit, right?
Yeah, because you know they're
right. I'm like at band practice, soccer, right? Hey, in terms of when parents post their video of their children doing gymnastic routine and them wearing outfits, you know, right? Right. The comment section gets weird if you don't moderate it, you know.
Oh, okay. That's maybe
that was a whole thing. That was an actual fucking thing that was discovered during Elsa Gate.
Wow. Oh god, that's
I mean, I didn't know. I watched a guy talk about it, right, when he was explaining, because I was like, what the fuck is gym video, right? Because I knew about the Elsa Gate fucking thing, right? And then, like, the video I watched, the guy went further, like, he deep dived in where, like, so you know, I'm trying to put these. So you know the iceberg meme, right?
Yeah.
Right? Hey, look, the tip, Elsa Gate, right?
Oh god,
the second gate, weird YouTube unboxing videos or some shit, right?
Uh-huh.
The third video, weird YouTube kids video. The deep layer, videos of children doing gym exercise.
Huh.
And people definitely using code words in these fucking comments. That made it was real bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like the guy I was watching, like he broke it down and like how they were using code words or some shit in their comment there as they talk about like our innocent little children's gym recital, right?
I pray for that man's sanity. I'm not gonna lie after hearing that.
Like it was really creepy. Like, and the guy reported to YouTube and everything, and they didn't do anything until the whole fucking controversy blew up even more. And YouTube's like, hey, YouTube kids, there you go. We did it.
I doubt that solved anything. It's YouTube.
Hey, what do you mean? What do you mean? The comments are turned off on kids' video now, you know?
Oh, yeah, sure. But yeah, that's all you need, yeah. Oh my god.
So anyway, hey, remember the bestials in this show? They're back. They're back this episode.
Oh yeah,
I unironically forgot about them in this show.
I mean, they barely show up, and then
remember how how there was supposed to be like this big important threat within the show's narrative, and then they just fucking ignored it?
Yeah, and then because they're off doing all this other stuff and shit, right? But we got actually, hold on.
Right, then Don Murasame shows up to be the new big bad, right?
Yeah, or has something to do with something or other, you know?
Right, like if they made it so that Don Murasame was like the leader of the ceremony, he was controlling them, right? I would have been fine, but the fact that it's obvious that he also does not give a fuck about the bestials and what they're doing, right? Because we know the Cerebins,
right?
Yeah, right. Because we know the Cerebins, right?
Yeah.
Right. They're like, hey, we gotta stop the bestials, you know? Right. The Don Bros like, hey, what the fuck are the bestials, right? Well, we might deal with them, you know. But Don Bros was like, hey, yo, what's up? I'm gonna fight. I'm listening to what my mother said. I'm gonna go pick a fight on the street with random people, you know.
God, dude.
Yeah.
And
then apparently Don Murasame can just fucking transform into Past Ranger.
Oh yeah, he can just do that for some reason, which is
without the gear, right? Which is the worst part.
Yeah, I don't like. Is this it just comes out of nowhere, right? Because where he just he can just change, and then I mean, we knew like fucking Jiru can.
Wait, within the shows, right? That they can change.
But all he ever did previously was this whole thing where Sorry, I thought a burp was coming up.
Oh, okay.
He did this whole thing where he's just basically Hold on, I literally lost my train of thought because of that fucking burp.
Yeah, when he transformed. Yeah, he transformed.
No,
yeah, he just transformed
like,
into a past
into
ranger.
like a toy, or like he can just randomly he just turns the dial on the sword, right? And then he's just like, all right, I'm a fucking a different ranger now. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that thing you guys do that you need you know that thing that you need a free trial to access? I paid for the free trial. I paid for the access. Now I don't need a gear.
Oh,
right?
honestly, though, I almost forgot. Like, so here's the thing, though. The one thing I like that was interesting to me, at least when they brought the bestials back, right? Like, he ate one of the people who were living undercover as humans, right?
Right.
So that's like the one thing where like, what the fuck is that about, you know? And then he's like, nah, I ate, I'm good, let's go. And then he's just off, right?
Yeah, it was really, that part, seriously, because I don't think they explained that, like, what the bestials connect. We just know that they're a threat, right?
Yeah, well, we can see
but we don't know what they're a threat to,
but we
right?
We do now, though. But
it still doesn't make any sense within the show's narrative, because we don't know about it, right? But, like, apparently they're hunting down Anois or Anonis or whatever the fuck the threats are, right?
I'm trying to see if I can find a fucking, like, line.
It's Anoni or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like Aeon. It's like some weird Aeon, where the fuck's spelling, right? It's still really fucking weird.
Yeah, and Don
he's
supposed to like help save the Anani or the Anani or something like that, right?
Right.
And then but then it's just like the Cerebrans are against the Cerebrans are against Murasame, but Murasame is supposedly there to what seems to be keep the peace, where he keeps he defends the Anani, right? So are the Cerebrans just like not okay with the Anani, or aren't they? That's the thing that I'm confused, right? Because the beasts really are an enemy that they acknowledge, but like, does that mean they defend the Anani? Because they've never shown any inclination to that at all, right? Because at most they just like kill the monsters, like the humans who turn into monsters, and just end their fucking lives.
Yeah.
But then it's like, is it for the Anani's sake, or is it? But they claim to be for humanity, so wouldn't they be an enemy of the Anani? So what's with that? Like, why aren't they going out like doing anything about that? And so what's going on? What is happening here? And so it's just like a big pile of confusion.
Look. Hey, wait. Who's the shadow organization behind the shadow organization? All right. Who watches the Patriots? You know, right? It's really confusing what the show's plot is in terms of like from a villainary perspective, right? Right, because it's obvious that the Cerebids aren't really villains. Within a sense, they're more like
They're more anti-hero than anything, because like their whole thing is like we love humanity, but sometimes y'all kind of fuck up, so we kind of have to clean up your shit.
Right, and we just have extreme judgment, and we don't believe in like in your guys' fucking not social, judicial system, right?
Yeah, and then you get the Donbrothers, who are like essentially the same thing, but they just help people live, and then I guess quote unquote resolve their issues, right? So it's just kind of like they're technically on the same side. They just have a different results, different means of reaching the same result. You know?
Hey look. The Punisher says, "Hey look, why let that guy back on the street?" You know, right?
Oh my god.
Hey look. One shot to the head, and he's never walking again. I'll take the drug dealers off the street, unlike you, Spider-Man.
Oh my god. Yeah, but that's just it's a whole weird thing, right? And then we get this whole
thing. And then Haruka gets kidnapped by
yeah,
fuck.
she just Sonoza.
Yeah, I think
Sonoza.
Yeah, Sonoza, right?
Also, I'm really surprised that she really let that happen to herself, considering that she can just transform.
Oh, look, she didn't see it because she was covering herself up with the book, you know.
Also,
right?
I legit cannot believe Kaito fucking got those books and just left them on his fucking
boy, hey, look, it's great. I'm pretty sure you could buy this shit on Premium Bandai right now. These stupid fucking photo books.
Hold on,
right? That's the thing that Japanese. Right, or at least within Japan, like how they have like their actors release like actual photo books, with just like a collection of their photo shoots, you know, right?
Yeah.
Like that's an actual thing.
Yeah, I would.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's like a Japanese cultural fucking thing. Like like if there's like an actress or like if there's like a Japanese actor or an actress, you're like 100% they have a photo book, right?
Oh shit.
I should know because I Google up a lot of Japanese actor and actress every now and then to find their photo book online.
Nice. Do you buy them? Do you buy any?
No, those shit are fucking expensive. It's like $30. I mean, technically, usually they sell for $30, but even on the aftermarket, I'm like, why the fuck am I buying a book of a Japanese actor? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna put it on my shelf? Well, like, look, I would rather spend money to buy a poster of a bunch of shots and hang it on my wall and have that as a conversational piece of when people come over versus having a book of Japanese actor, right? I feel like I can explain a poster of a bunch of shots better than a book of a Japanese actress in her swimsuit,
Okay.
And how it's all connected to a Japanese kid show.
Oh, hold on. I just realized because like right after the whole Haruka gets kidnapped, right? There's the whole
it says Shinichi.
I think we forgot to mention that he got kidnapped.
Who?
Did we forget to mention that he got kidnapped?
Yeah, I mean he did get kidnapped, but that's not really relevant. He got out, so that's whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of it's a little important, right? Because he gets rescued by the previous Haru brother.
Yeah. Right.
Right, and then
and then he eats imaginary ramen, right? Because he's a fucking poor broke fuck.
Yeah. He legit like
absolutely fucking insane. Like I legitimately thought like he was actually getting like a ramen bowl and then just have the previous guy pay for it, right?
Yeah.
Like I was expecting that to happen, like he said, oh no, I don't pay for my food. Other people pay for my food. But he was like, no, I got imaginations, right? Check this out.
I don't know how this man has lived. I really don't understand how this man has lived, man. Like
absolutely insane.
This man is practically like some mystical power bullshit, where you just meditate under like a fucking tree for 1,000,000 years too, and then he's like, yes, food, and then just eats it. And Saru Brother's like, hey, that's pretty wild what you're doing there, and then they have him talk on the rooftop, where it's raining and shit, But this is also when we start learning about how like the previous Saru Brother guy, who I'm just gonna call him the previous.
Yeah, I'm not learning his name.
Yeah,
I'm not remembering his name. He's only in here for one episode.
Yeah,
all right.
if
he shows up for if he shows up, I'll bother learning his name by then. But for the time, I'm just gonna name it as he's just here for this episode. The previous star is just here for this episode.
Yeah, and he's
right. But don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah, but then he's just talking about like, hey man, I got corrupted by the power of this thing, and I just wanted to fuck around with it. So how could you do it? And he's like, I don't know. Don't ask me. I just have imagination on my side, dude. And then you get, like fucking the weirdest shit. Because I know.
Hey, look, Sonoza's learning about human emotion.
He's dancing around. He's doing like it makes me feel like this, and he just starts doing all those random motions and shit.
Oh no, it's fucking great. It's fucking great. They literally just told the actor just fucking move your arms,
Yeah,
right?
it's like,
look. He realized that he resonates with Haruka's manga. He's like, yes, this manga is for me. This shoujo manga is for me. Right?
Yeah.
Make more manga for me, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like I still can't get over how he's just dancing around, and then he's like, look, I need you to continue your manga, okay? I need to know what happens next. I need to know, so you better fucking make it right in front of my eyes.
People actually read her manga and everything. Yeah. I was like, oh my god, I'm finally being appreciated for my work, right?
Yeah, exactly. Also, this is like. What was that one movie where this woman kidnapped her favorite author and then tried to like.
Boy, is that the Stephen King novel?
Was it?
Fuck.
I want to say it was a Stephen.
Yes,
King.
It is. I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's like I know what you're talking. I literally cannot figure out the name. It's definitely a Stephen King novel. I remember that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like I'm surprised things haven't taken that dark of a turn yet, considering, But you also fuck, my fucking arm is fucking tensing. Fuck.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway, fucking Shinichi and fucking like the previous. I'm just gonna call him Saru Brother, right? Because they basically end up going back to like his previous place of employ, the Saru Brother. And it's like, turns out the people who can
Misery.
Huh?
There you go. That's the name. Misery.
What?
Misery.
Izuri?
That's the name of the novel. Yeah.
Oh, Misery. Okay. Because I thought you were telling me what the name of the guy was, and I'm like, did I hear Misery or Izuri or some shit like that? I didn't know. Then he clarified. Okay, so now I know what it was. Misery though. Okay. But anyway, previous Aru brother used to work at the fucking like
manga, ramen,
this
gang,
basically
yakuza.
this mob ramen shop, I guess.
Yeah,
And he just fucked around, and then he apparently stole
Yeah,
like
he
the
did it.
fucking autograph of like a
Of
prize
a famous
autograph.
Japanese actor,
Yeah,
basically.
which is why we had the whole movie like pop up in the beginning. So that explains that, right?
Yeah, so that's the context of it. Like, oh yeah, look, it all comes back together,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
It all works itself back. That opening movie wasn't a misdirect for the audience, right? It would be really dumb for a media to establish something to begin and then completely abandon it, right, by like the third act or something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we're still in the second act, so there's a chance for them not to abandon it, but there is a chance for them to subvert our expectation about what was established within the first act, right? Yeah, it's okay for media to do that,
Yes, it's okay for them to do it like that, but not the other way around. But anyway, I guess it.
He got like a princess autograph, and he gets stupid ramen juice,
secret ramen sauce, that kind of thing. And then he's like,
yum.
He's like, why didn't you make the sauce on your own? Why don't you make your own secret sauce? Like, hello, I don't want to do that. I want to be lazy and just get rich quick, And it's like, oh wait, this is the wrong sauce, And then you get the other guy, the mob boss who comes in and is like, hey, you motherfucker, you gave me a fake.
Yeah, that's right. Like, look, the characters are wrong,
Yeah,
right.
For a guy who's just like very.
You would think for a guy that likes this acting, he would know the actor's signature, Right? That's the thing, right? Now that when they show it, it's actually a big difference.
Yeah.
Of like character, right? Because it's like, so for the fake one, it's 2 slashes across that looks like an equal sign.
Yeah.
Right? Right? But on the original, it's literally a W. Right?
Yeah.
It's the best way for me to explain how it looks like. I don't know the actual character's name. I'm pretty sure there's. Right? I don't remember any shit on my Japanese, right? To remember any of these Japanese character, right? But like those 2 characters are a big difference, right?
Yeah, it's fucking huge. Like, people
right?
would notice that. At least people in Japan would notice that shit,
Mm-hmm.
But then it turns out, oh yeah, the previous Aru brothers sold that for cash and everything. And then they're about to like have this huge fucking fight. And then Shinichi's like, hey man, with the power of my imagination, I'm gonna make you give up your stupid shit. And then somehow gets them to imagine.
He Professor X the shit out of them, right?
Yeah, he literally Professor X
fucking mental blast them.
He gaslights them into thinking they're in a fucking desert. It's essentially the case here, which is fucking wild. Because all he does is like basically tap them in the fucking forehead, and then you imagine, oh, I'm in a fucking desert. What the fuck,
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, it's just so horrible. They're just suffering through it and everything. We get a quick bit of like Haruka's like, oh, hey, here are the finished manga pages. And
then apparently Soto's is a big critic all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
Apparently he mastered fucking character development, real understanding, right? He realized it's fucking stupid for one character to all of a sudden be placed importance within the first act to all of a sudden disappear by the second and third act of a franchise, He realized that's really fucking dumb. Why would you do that, Right? Why did this character who was there in the second movie, who was there for half of the second movie, only has less than 10 seconds of appearance within the third movie, That's really dumb, right? That's really backpedaling on internet response like that, Right? Yeah. But fortunately, that never happens in the real world for us. So
fortunately, it's never happened at all. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm a real Star Wars fan, so I definitely know.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. Anyway,
I'll tell you. Yeah. Anyway, so Haruka's like, oh, what? Wow, I'll get critiqued by a fucking Cerebin. And I'm not sure if this is like a prejudice thing or not. Like, wow, a Cerebin telling me what to do.
I mean,
apparently Haruka's really racist all of a sudden.
Well, you know what? Maybe I don't know. Maybe she just thinks Cerebrins aren't real people. I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, oh boy, oh man, Haruka. Hey, look, I know some fans that you would definitely agree with for that, you know, that you're judging all of a sudden, you know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Of a popular sci-fi franchise that's been over for 50 years. 50 years by this point?
Something?
Wait, hold on, it has to be up to like, up to 60.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, hey, I know some fans that you'll definitely if you want to put prejudice on someone, you know, and not accept them. I know a good group of people that will agree with you, you know, for that, right?
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, fucking Haruka gets fucking you know, she gets slammed by the Cerebral critics, you know, and then
yeah.
You go back to the fucking desert thing where the mob boss is like, hey man, just give me the fucking water, I'll just give this fucking shit up, right? And then you get the whole thing with Sutter Brothers, like wondering, like, man, if I was more earnest, maybe my life would have been different, right? And so he just ends up asking again, like, Shinichi, you gotta teach me, how can you fight? Why aren't you scared? And then, you know, Shinichi's like, he's just like, hey man, why do you need the answer? Maybe ask yourself that, huh? Why don't you question yourself? Don't question me. Question why you acting the way you did. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're good.
I saw you posted something.
Oh no. Oh no. What?
No. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. No. Okay. What? No. That was another chat. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Anyway, so. Then you got this whole thing where like the Solder Brother is like, hey man, maybe if I just.
How can you do it?
And then maybe if I just turn into a monster and fight you, maybe then I'll figure it out, right? And then, you know, he becomes this monster of the week, and then, you know, meanwhile Haruka is like, I can't fucking draw shit, I'm being pressured, I can't take this, and then luckily she's just like taken to the battlefield, you know.
All right, well, so this week's enemy is the Shinkenger Hisatsuki. All right, all right. So now it's time for our favorite game of this fucking series, right? How do you think this week's enemy relates to the Sentai season? All right, let's take everything we know about Saru Brother or previous Saru Brother, right, and let's try to figure out what the basis is for this character and his connection. All right. Oh, okay, I was gonna have you.
No, yeah, because the thing is, I know there's the whole thing with the ramen mob, right? And how he was
okay.
And Saru Brother is basically a guy who's just more interested in he's basically very selfish and was using the power for his own gain, you know, just like, you know, fucking around and everything. But then he has this whole thing. He's like, wait, but you were able to keep that power because you fought for good and you were able to fight monsters and you weren't scared. So then he's like,
all right, okay, so something to do with a predecessor, okay, that's a hit, all right, like, okay, like he wasn't, like, why is he, why was he the previous, not as good as the true one, all right, that's a good one, all right, okay.
Fucking, so, like, I mean, no, hold on. I was going to say it was maybe like that whole thing with, like, you explained with the father being, like, not so great, and then he became better by becoming a ranger, but that was a whole different series, I mean, right?
Yeah, that was another one.
Okay,
Yeah, that was another. We already did that one.
So that one.
That was Ninja. We already got that guy earlier. That was the one where the dad was having a midlife crisis, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, here it's kind of like, so he's fighting a predecessor. I mean, he's I don't know, man.
All right, so this is the best correlation that I can make of the connection, right? Because, like I said, these connections gets weirder and weirder and becomes more of a fucking stretch every week to the point where if it's not like an obvious like book up the cover correlation, right, it gets really fucking weird, right? It gets really abstract for us to figure out, like with the whole fucking go-ons or what. Which after that person who told me, I can't fucking believe it, and I'm really fucking mad about that fucking theory now. Holy shit! I'm actively so mad. Like that was the fucking theory that people figure it out, right? Right. So in Shinkenger, all right, the main Red Ranger we follow throughout the show is not the real. Right, so he's the leader of the Shinkenger, all right? He's from the, right, because in Shinkenger is a line of family, like, it's a dynasty, right? Like, he is the 18th head of the Shinken Red dynasty, whatever the fuck, right? Right, and we follow him throughout the entire show, under the implication he's the real he's the head of the family. But then within like the last 5 episodes, we're like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not the real head of the family. I'm actually a shadow. I'm actually a branch family or some shit.
Oh shit.
Right, and then the real head of the Shinkenger, the real Shinken Red coming. Oh, who was a female, by the way, making her the actual first female Red Sentai leader in history. Right, comes in.
But in the last 5 episodes?
10 or so. It's been a while since I watched Shinkenger, right? But yeah, but it like the fact like the real head comes in like, oh yeah, no, I'm the real leader. This guy that you guys spent the last 40 episodes caring about and seeing character growth and develop. Yeah, no, he's the fake one. You guys have to listen to me now. I'm the real head, right?
Wow, and they just accepted that?
I mean, they listened to her for like 3 episodes. They didn't realize she was a fucking bitch, right? And this is not Japan's statement about women. Right? No, but like the real female, like the real head was just a fucking cunt, right? She was like real demanding. It turns out if you just come in after like a group of 5 people spent the last year battling and building bonds, they might not like you, you know, because she just straight up kicks the guy out the house. Like, hey, no, this is my house. Like, get the fuck out.
Oh my god, dude.
You were just leasing it. And then the rest of the team was like, hey, like, we really don't want to listen to you, so we're all quitting. And she's like, wow, I did not expect for you guys to unionize like that against me.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that is the correlation I am basic. That's what I'm assuming how Shinkenger plays a role into this episode, right? Because we have the real head, right, of Saru Brother and his predecessor, right, being another Saru Brother, right? It's like how it's Shinkenger, the red.
At least that's a more tangible connection, if anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I'm still
right, but the problem is I mean, yeah, I guess it works, right? Because if I like if Saru is the original, like the previous, like the original true, and then he's a bitch and no one likes him, it makes sense in correlation to Shinkenger then, right? And that Saru Brother is the fake. Or Shinichi is the fake one, but he's the one we've been following at that the entire time. We're like, oh wait, no, we like him more than the original true first or the fuck head, you know, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that is the correlation I think. That is the correlation I think is the reason why this week's enemy is Shinkenger. It took me a while to realize. I was like, hey, okay, boy, this game. Like I said, because here's the thing, right? Because in Shinkenger, right, there is a food motif. One of the Ranger's job is an actual food guy, right?
Oh, okay.
Hey, but guess what food he makes? It's Japanese culture, right?
Would it be?
Right?
Okay, because I would presume because they were doing it in here, it would be ramen.
Nope, it was sushi.
God damn! What?
Right? If they had like this whole fucking drama be based around sushi, right? It would have been a better correlation, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing though. How would you like if you did that whole thing with the mob and everything? Because that's how they would make a connection. How would you make that work for sushi chefs?
I'm pretty sure you can, right? It's not like you just gotta figure what the stupid MacGuffin like this is the ancient sushi cutting board or some shit, you know?
Actually,
right?
yeah, you know that would track because like, hey, he
totally
took my favorite knife. It was a very expensive
right,
knife.
something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, because listen, these are stupid like noun MacGuffin that you could like put right noun here for this week's plot device, you know, right?
Right.
But but that's so like I said. So back to what I was saying, that is this week's correlation. That at best, what I can figure out what the correlation is with Shinkenger, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, hey, everyone shows up to fight this guy, you know, like kick his ass.
Yeah, they do very promptly, honestly, you know, after he tries.
Mm-hmm. But then he just fucking he has magic ghost flames and he burns the shit out of Kaji brother. He's like, oh fuck, I'm on fire.
Yeah, that happened too and everything, didn't it? Oh my god, it's pretty fucking great. I mean, like the thing is, at least this fight has some like substance, you know, if anything, because like usually like or at least recently a lot of their fights were just kind of happening but when it comes by the end of the episode they've been happening very, very quickly, you know, that kind of thing. But then here it's kind of like you get like it's mainly just Shinichi and like fucking like the Saru predecessor, right, where they're really having a fight and just like trying to help him figure out like, you know, find the answer to his question, you know, if anything. And then, they have that whole talk like, hey, man, you turning into a monster? It's pretty alright since you're doing it for you're just trying to better your stuff, But we're going to kick your ass now,
And then Don Onigiri can, I guess, be human size.
No,
which I didn't realize.
That was a thing before. That was from.
Did he do this before?
I want to say that was around episodes 13 or 14, because when they first combined, he was human sized, and he didn't become bigger until the monster itself became bigger. That I remember. So that tracks, if anything, right? But he finishes him off. He blows up in the background and everything, right? And then the situation kind of just resolves itself by the ending scene where you get Shinichi, who's just like walking towards a ramen bar, like out in the street, right?
Yeah.
And then you find out it's the Sato predecessor and everything, and he orders like imaginary ramen and shit, and then it just ends on that, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice considering like there was a bit of a conflict and then a resolution with this character.
Yeah, I do like that, right?
Yeah, because
how it ties up,
Yeah, because a lot of the previous episode beforehand, whenever there's like a person who had an issue, they only really typically just beat them up and it's somehow magically resolved for them. But recently there have been like, oh yeah, now the resolutions are actually satisfying and actually kind of like it feels like they figured something out and become better for it, that kind of thing. But yeah, I guess that's this week's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, they're pretty much. Yeah, I mean, like, there's not the drama is pretty good, right? And like this drama, the revelation within this show is absolutely astounding. Like oh yeah, how they're like, hey look, we sent out 5,000 emails, right now, no one responded back. We were trying to give, hey, I am a business owner in Japan, and I am looking for someone to inherit this great fortune, but I need your credit card information. I need to process your identity first. Please email me back, and I will, right?
Yeah,
I will give you the Donbrothers power.
It's also nice that we're getting a little more snippets on like the bestials and the Anani.
Are we getting it? I guess we get that
we're
little...
at least getting more because the bestials were gone for a long while, but then they appear like, oh, they actually have an effect on like the world in some way that makes it like, oh, this is why they're a threat.
Like a threat or whatever.
Yeah, aside from the whole,
they're just there
thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get more hints about what Murasame might be about, but we're still kind of like, eh. And Jiro was like not really there. He's just kind of wandering. Nobody really wonders what he's doing.
He's still in his angry mode, He's still a little hangry,
Yeah.
Someone should really give him a Snickers bar, right?
Yeah, or something.
Look, Jiro, no one likes you when you're angry.
No,
have a Snickers.
No, he have an imaginary Snickers, okay?
Oh, an imaginary Snickers.
An imaginary Snickers. He'll be fine.
Yeah, look, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's a fine episode. It's a good episode, right? Like I said, Donbrothers definitely holding up for me so far.
Yeah, it's definitely picking up on how they're like I've enjoyed it so far. My only real issue was just the lack of information, which is still kind of a thing.
We're still being drip fed this information, right?
Yeah.
Like nothing is still fucking coherent within this goddamn show.
Yeah.
Like they're just teasing us throughout the show, like yeah. Like they're like giving like really bare minimum. Like they're just me like a minimum requirement, right? Like
Yeah, they're really stretching it out if anything, and.
Yeah, like I need 100 more words for this essay, How can I stretch this out?
But then they're also doing this whole like what's the word? They're also actually very satisfyingly starting to wrap up like the conflicts that are happening with like the monsters of the week and everything. So that's nice. So I'm hoping that we get more of that if anything. But again, fine episode overall.
Right.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I got nothing else to say,
Okay, well there you go.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what I can say? No, William. Hey.
No, yeah. What are you gonna say?
Oh, boy, I'm trying to remember. Hey, Supernatural, all right?
Shut up.
And look, I can't remember because of some supernatural elements made me forgot, alright? Hey, that's a tie-in to something, right? Because these are definitely being uploaded out of order, right?
Oh.
So me just mentioning supernatural with no context or coherent, with no coherent context, it's gonna be completely fucking confusing as fuck.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But hey, man,
Okay,
maybe people will seek out like, what does he mean by supernatural? We have to watch the
Oh
other
boy.
video to find out.
Hey, look, it's almost like people have to take elements from other podcasts and morph them together like some kind of chimera to understand what we're talking about,
Oh, good.
All right. And look, it's pretty nice. I need to go to sleep. So that way, when I wake up, it feels like it's a new day, a new birth for me to wake up, a new feeling of joy.
Oh, God, this
right?
is still going, huh?
Right, look, I don't know what you're talking about, William. I'm just saying stuff,
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah, continue saying more stuff.
I got nothing else to say. Okay, I think I'm done. Okay, I stretched it out long enough. All right, coronavirus is still a thing. Wash hands, wear a mask, get your shots. The boost is a thing now. Okay, thanks, bye.